What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Power Trip, entitled Nightmare Logic. This is released on Southern Lord Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Dallas, Texas, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very fast, aggressive, traditional style of crossover thrash metal. Yeah. This band has been on a somewhat meteoric rise over the last several years, and I would say that this rise in popularity is very much worthy and justified for a band like this. My first introduction to this band was their 2013 debut entitled Manifest Decimation. From the Paolo Girardi artwork, to the songwriting, to the lyrics, to the vocals, to the actual music itself, it was pretty much a kick in the balls that was definitely needed for the kind of style of thrash metal this band played. This is a band that really takes a lot of influence from classic thrash throughout the 80s and 90s and stuff, and even the influence of hardcore and punk is very much relevant for a band like this, and they make it sound so wonderful and so awesome. I mean, I would consider a song like Crossbreaker to be one of the more awesome thrash songs to come out in recent times. I mean, it's just an amazing song, but everything else on that record was just really wonderful to listen to. But ever since that record, this band has gone on to become a lot more well-regarded and popular within the metal world and within fans of both hardcore and punk and thrash and any kind of extreme metal style. Playing a lot of shows, writing a lot of music, getting on some really awesome tours. Just a very, very awesome band to fly the flag for Texas metal. Now, it's been a while since we had last heard a record from Power Trip, and if I'm not mistaken, the last thing they put out was a split with the band Integrity. That was something very awesome to see and hear get done and accomplished. But now here we are with the official second album from Power Trip entitled Nightmare Logic. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 32 minutes in length, and pretty much this picks up right where Manifest Decimation left off. But I believe in the time gap from the first album to now, Power Trip have matured a lot. They've matured a lot with their sound. They've matured a lot with what they look to bring forward with a release like Nightmare Logic, and I definitely feel that this is a much more improved and a much stronger album than Manifest Decimation. I mean, from the opening riffs of Soul Sacrifice, you can already tell what kind of a record you're going to be in for, and this is just an absolute barn burner of a record. Just incredible thrash metal to be heard on this album. It's just so wonderful to listen to, and another thing I can really contribute to what was so awesome about the first record and this particular album is the fact that it has a very awesome production sound. It has a production sound that's very, what do you call it? It has a production style that's very true to the roots and old school sounding, but it doesn't feel distracting or too clean. It definitely suits the instrumentation, the vocal style, all the more justice, and I really, really think that that the production brings out the very best in every instrument that's played on this record. Guitar playing is pretty much the main focal point of this entire record, and there are lots of riffs to be heard on here. Great riffs, great soloing, just a lot of aggression and anger going throughout this release. That's the kind of feeling I get when I listen to something like Nightmare Logic, is anger and aggression. And the riffs on here are showing it in great strides. I mean, going back to the opening track, Soul Sacrifice, to a song like Executioner's Tax, Waiting Around to Die, just some amazing guitar playing going on with this record. Just wonderful riff after wonderful riff. Crazy chaotic solo after crazy chaotic solo. It just is executed brilliantly, and I just love the way these riffs sound. The bass tone is very good too. Definitely a smooth sort of bass sound to accompany the aggression and power that go with these guitar riffs. Everything sounds very wonderful here. Everything is very well played and well balanced. The drumming is amazing too. I mean, back then I had no idea that the same guy who drums for Power Trip is also the same guy who does vocals and guitar for Mammoth Grinder. That was something I had no idea what even existed back then, but knowing now that he drums for Power Trip, I can see why he's such a very multifaceted and multi-talented sort of individual. But his drum performance on here is incredible. I love the fills, I love the thrash beats. It's just a really awesome drum performance. Very much non-stop and relentless. I just love his drumming style, and it really keeps the pace going for a release like this. And when it comes to the vocals, I love Riley's vocals a lot. I definitely like the fact that his vocals have that nice sort of added reverb touch to them, the little bit of echoing going on in his voice to really amplify things up a little bit. But here on Nightmare Logic, he definitely delivers a much more meaningful and stronger vocal performance. Very pissed off, very from the heart, very well worded and articulate, and I really appreciate what he's done here with the vocal work on this track. Going to the song Executioner's Tax, that's probably one of my favorite songs of this year because of the way the song is handled, because of the catchiness of the chorus. It's just an overall amazing vocal performance, but all throughout this album, he really maintains your attention and makes you want to understand and figure out what's going on here. I really think it's awesome. So overall, Power Trip have once again delivered another really awesome thrash metal record, and it makes me curious to find out if there's going to be any other awesome thrash to come out in 2017. So until that comes about, I would have to say Power Trip's Nightmare Logic is the thrash record to beat for me. Really awesome improvements over Manifest Decimation in terms of songwriting, music execution, vocals, lyrics, just an overall tight package. I really had a blast listening to this. So if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Soul Sacrifice, Executioner's Tax, Swing of the Axe, Firing Squad, Waiting Around to Die, and If Not Us, Then Who? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Power Trip Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally, and it is available as a CD and 12-inch vinyl. And this particular version, which I'm going to show you here, is, I believe, limited to 500 copies, and it is available through independent record store retailers. So I'll just show you the record real quick here. Paolo Girardi artwork. Back cover. Got a nice little insert here. Photo collage. Lyrics. Additional credits. And I gotta thank my buddy JGCSOUND for showing me this. This is on a transparent red vinyl. Yeah, very good quality red vinyl. Like I said, I think you can find this directly through your independent local record store. But I will link you to where you can buy it through Southern Lord if you're not able to find this copy. So yeah, I'm going to leave you a link to JGCSOUND's review of this also, because he's an awesome reviewer and definitely one of the reasons I do this type of YouTube shit. So go subscribe to JGCSOUND and go check out his review. So again, the album is Nightmare Logic by Power Trip. This is released on Southern Lord Records. Go check this out on 4Score. I'm going to give this a very strong 8.5 out of 10. Very entertaining crossover thrash from probably one of the best Texas bands going right now. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it and how you think it compares to the previous Power Trip release. So are any of you guys into Power Trip? Are there any great thrash records coming out in 2017 that I should be aware of? Let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until next time, Army Hell out.